The drums sounded the death knell of one controversial weapon. CND protesters were outside the gates of Molesworth Air Base, but the first of the cruise missiles were going back to the United States.
Mass destruction, and we're trying to persuade.
The deserted airbase has enough facilities to support a small town. Some of the buildings are already falling into disrepair, and the pressure is on to find someone to take them over. With space for development at a premium in Berkshire, Newbury Council is welcoming the base's disposal. But protesters argue the land should be returned to common use.
Newbury was really robbed of this superb public open space in order to beat Hitler. Well, and then they kept it because of the Cold War and the atom bomb. Well, all those things are over now, and I think the only decent thing to do is to restore as much of the commons as is possible.
There are to be further public consultations before any decisions are taken.
When you ask people in Britain the question, how many times has an American cruise missile convoy exercised on their roads, few guess anywhere near correctly. Many are unaware that these truly infernal machines have been out at all. Others estimate 6 times, a few say 10. The actual figure is 23. It's not surprising that the deployments don't often come to the public's attention through the media, since the whole intention is to make them familiar, accepted and unnewsworthy. The success of Cruise Watch in ensuring that cruise never goes unremarked and unreviled has cut down its frequency of deployment and confined its movements very appropriately to the blackness of the night. So this very success has helped to keep the public in ignorance of the mighty war machines roaring through their countryside and protected from protest and rejection by an enormous and costly force of their police. To help to remedy this lack of awareness, cruise resistors enlisted the aid of another generally unpublished statistic, that of the number of American military installations in the United Kingdom, a staggering 160. The plan was beautifully simple. When cruise was exercised in July, publicise the fact by demonstrating at each and every US facility, thus drawing attention to 161 examples of the breadth and depth of America's effective occupation of this land. The Pentagon's use of Britain as its unsinkable aircraft carrier. Croughton in Oxfordshire is the American equivalent of GCHQ in Europe, a communications and intelligence base, one of 16 giant talk stations round the world.